Welcome to the Mostly Pod Out at Night. Mostly, I am in Graveyard, joined by my co-host Salem.
Hello.
This is episode 173 of our weekly All Things Horror podcast. It's holiday time again, and we are back with more Christmas horror movies. We can only hope we learned from last year's pile of dog crap films that we watched, because it broke both of us.
Yeah, newsflash, it didn't work.
No, like I said, we revamped everything we did about holiday episodes because of last year, because it was just a slog fest of crap. But this year, let's sing your way through a graveyard, find yourself a midnight kiss, and take your government regulated kill pills, because we are talking Holidays, the anthology film from 2016, Anna and the Apocalypse from 2017, and Silent Night from 2021. There's so many movies with that title. It's absurd.
Dude, there's a lot. That's why I had to ask you. I'm like, okay, which one are we talking about? Because like all the way back to like the 60s, there's versions of Silent Night. Like, I don't know. I think I counted like at least 10.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and remember, there's a new Silent Night, Deadly Night that just came out too.
Well, Silent Night, Deadly Night. At least there's an ending. Silent Night. It's more to it. But just Silent Night. There's movies, and they're all over the place. They're all different genres. It's like but I had to ask you, between the horror ones, which one are we watching? Because there was multiple of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but like I said, we're only doing 2 weeks worth of holiday stuff this year, just because I think that's going to be our model for next year and all years going forward. Just because entire month is not good.
Well, if people put out some quality Christmas horror movies that I actually would want to watch, sure. They just don't do that.
Yeah, but like I said, we kind of just recapped for this. And I think that works too at the end of the year too, because we kind of like did that. Because last year we did Nosferatu because it came out like on Christmas.
Yeah.
So,
well, I kind of look at it as like Christmas. The Hallmark Channel makes like they like pump out these like terrible fucking Christmas movies just so they have a bunch of them, right?
Yep.
So people can go, oh, look, Christmas movies, and they just watch them all. That's kind of how the Christmas horror is. I feel like they just like churn a few out every year, and they're always fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But they have to like say, look, hey, we made some Christmas horror movies, you can watch them.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, but we'll get through it, I promise. All right, so I'll start off with Holidays from 2016. Like I said, it's an anthology, each written by someone else, and you'll recognize some names. I'd say maybe one name, Kevin Smith, more than anything else.
Right. I was very surprised. I'm like, wait, that one?
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because his daughter's in it. But
well, that's how I knew it was really him, is because she was. I'm like, oh, it is him.
Yeah.
I figured it was some other guy.
And Seth Green later on as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start. Like I said, we'll kind of recap this for stuff. But Valentine's Day, essentially, we have a girl that's getting bullied named Maxine. Her teacher or her coach is a hunky dude who needs a new heart, and the girl's burly her enough that she gets mad and cuts out their heart to give to her teacher or coach so that he can live. That's pretty much it. St. Patrick's Day is a woman who, we learned about the, St. Patrick and all, getting rid of the snakes in Ireland, which was, a metaphor for getting rid of all the Jewish people. And she's a teacher, and she has this creepy ginger kid that goes to her class, and all of a sudden she has like a one-night stand and she's pregnant. And we find out that she's having a snake baby. Like, she's going to give birth at the zoo. Her parents are upset, and she gives birth to, I don't know, a 30-foot anaconda that she then parades around like Wicker Man.
Correct. End of story.
Yeah, it's really the end of the story.
Right.
These are really short. They just end abruptly for all of them. We're looking like 7 to 10 minutes. Easter is essentially a mom and daughter that's like, hey, the Easter Bunny is coming. Don't look at him, or no one's ever seen him. She sees him, and he's Jesus, but with a bunny head, and where his stigmata would be, chicks come out, and the girl sees him, and she's like, yeah, now you're replacing me. And she just transforms into a rabbit to replace Jesus Bunny. That's pretty much it for that one.
Yeah, that's the one where you go, what the fuck is happening?
Correct.
That's
and
what I
then
was doing. And it never answered anything, and then it just ended. I'm like,
yep,
I think I'm happy it ended. I don't know what happened. I didn't want to be there.
correct. Mother's Day is about a woman who every time she has sex, she gets pregnant, but she continues to have abortions. And like a cult that she joins kind of sedates her. It's like this one's going to go through. And like every abortion you had, the baby's grown stronger and she's trying to escape. And by the end of it, like a full grown human's coming out of her because she had that many abortions. Pretty straightforward. Father's Day is a woman that gets a package from her dad who disappeared, I don't know how many years ago when she was like a kid, and leaving notes that say to come find her. And well, she goes find him, and maybe he's some sort of demonic thing. She like crosses some strange threshold, and he's like, "Yeah, we're together." And now she's trapped in this purgatory world. I don't know. I try to look it up to see what he's even supposed to be.
He's a vampire.
Vampire
He's a Nosferatu vampire.
makes sense.
They have the power to just vanish from your eyes, so that's what he did.
Yes. Halloween, the one by Kevin Smith, was stars the guy from freaking Epic Mealtime.
Okay, who the fuck is Epic Mealtime?
They're the ones that made like would make gross amounts of food and like combine every fast food into like lasagna and all that shit way back like 12 years ago.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but essentially he is running a webcam girl service, and they all have to work, and like, we don't want to do this anymore. So they hit him over the head, and he wakes up with a vibrator in his butt, and they turn it up. He has to be a webcam girl now.
He has a vibrator in his ass, and it is super glued shut. So yeah, he cannot get it out.
Yeah, and they like refer it to two. He's like, "Oh, after this, like, well, we show us your vagina." And he's like, "I don't have one. We'll make one." They give him a knife to cut himself open, and they allude to that they turned it all the way up to 10 and killed him.
I don't know. I understand not everyone is an electrical engineer.
Yeah,
but like that's not how things work.
Correct.
I'm sorry, that's just not. I guess we'll talk about that later. But
yeah, the Christmas one is there's a new like this is kind of like the most Black Mirror episode, I would say, of this one. It's it is VR that shows you who you really are, and it starts Seth Green, a guy getting the last thing he's supposed to get, dies of heart attack, didn't with his pills. He steals it, gives it to his kid, and he finds out that he has these weird fascinations with strippers. And he, if you don't leave the settings intact and the next person uses it, you can see what they're thinking. And he puts it on, and his wife was the last one to use it, and she just kind of wants to be a serial killer. Right?
Yeah.
Killed her boss because she didn't get a raise. That was her ultimate dream.
Yeah, but that's her dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't judge people based on what they're dreaming or what, like, you know what I mean? And like, how is it? We know how bad AI is, right?
Oh yeah.
The AI is probably what's reading your brain patterns and giving you something. Like, it's probably not like psychic.
Yeah, it's filling in the gaps.
She was probably just angry that she didn't get a raise. And the thing is going, oh, you're angry you didn't get a raise. You want to kill your boss? And at the moment, it probably felt good.
Yeah, she probably thought, sometimes I feel like I could just kill him. And the AI goes, that's what you want to do? Cool.
Right. Yeah, but it's like, I don't understand how they're like, oh my God, she's a murderer. Like, if we would have seen her like in blood or like wearing a plastic bloody suit or something, like, okay, she actually did it. But no, it's just like, this is virtual reality.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't like literally having a BSDM relationship with another woman. Like, that didn't really happen. It's just virtual reality. Like, are you going to be judged for that?
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't know. To me, it didn't make a lot of sense. And it also didn't make sense how they were logging in or logging out of the machine.
Correct.
But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And the last one is New Year's Eve, where a very awkward guy is having really bad first dates. He meets this woman. She's like, you know what? This is fine. Let's go back to my place. Like, and we find out he's a serial killer. He goes in the bathroom and prep his chloroform, and he opens up the medicine cabinet. And, well, she has body parts because she's also a serial killer. How quaint. And she kills him and dances with the axe.
Now, I will say that was interesting because every single time they like show that happening, they like fall in love with each other.
Yep.
And this is like the first time where it's like, nope, they're just going to try to kill each other as they normally would have, which is good. It's a kind of not what you expected, almost all the time you see it, like, I don't know, fucking Dexter and all this other shit,
Yeah.
like two serial killers meet, and if, obviously they're sexually compatible or whatever, like, boom, they like magnetize to each other and they fall madly in love.
Yeah.
But there's never like they're fucking murderers. Like, why do they just put the murder aside and just love each other now? I don't get it. And this is like finally an answer to that question.
They're trying to out serial each other.
Right. Yeah. That was fun, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. It's it's not as big as long as you expected to be, and this has potential to do more as like an anthology, but it never came to be. But like I said, I watched this before. I've forgotten some of these, but I remember Seth Green was in this. But this is your first time watching this, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Did it give you Into the Dark vibes?
Yeah, that literally what I wrote down. I wrote down Into the Dark speed round.
Yes.
That's pretty much what it is. Into the Dark was like, movies based on holidays, and they came out once a month. And this one's like all the holidays in one normal length movie.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Into the Dark.
Yeah, it just kind of like ended. They didn't really like say it was going to end. It just did.
Well, it pandemic stopped it, and then weren't going to release the last 3. Then they did the last 3, and they just go, yeah, we're done, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with your highlights though for holidays?
Sure. So yeah, like I said, it's an Into the Dark speed round. Which I thought was fun. I mean, the format, the anthology, that many in one film was interesting. Usually it's like 3, maybe 4 stories, but this one was 8. So it's like even double the most you normally see, which I thought they did pretty good. They got their point across. They're nice short films all linked together. None of them really outstayed their welcome or anything. There's some I like more than others, of course, but I thought it was a decent format. Again, I was very surprised. I'm like, Kevin Smith. I wonder if it's like that Kevin, because I saw him in the opening credits. I'm like, Kevin Smith. I'm like, I don't. It's like I know directors aren't part of like the Actors Guild, so like they can use the same name.
Yeah,
it's like actors can't. That's why sometimes they use goofy names. Because they literally can't have the same name as another actor, no matter when that actor was in place, or how small of a parts they played. If they were part of the guild or whatever, or the union, then they get their name saved. Well, whatever. I know the directors don't necessarily do that. I guess he has acted in some stuff, but but I don't know if he's like in the guild or whatever. But anyway. I was like, oh, it's got to be a different one. And then when that show came up and I saw his daughter, I was like, no, it is him. Wow. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
And then I guess just seeing Seth Green, I was like, oh, okay, there's somebody that I know in this. One of the women from Mother's Day I knew too. I didn't think about it later to like look at where I knew her from, but I've seen her somewhere before. I can't. It was like the one that was trying to be nice to her.
Okay, yeah.
That I've seen her somewhere before. It's probably something specific I've seen recently, but I know I didn't look it up. So my apologies on that. But I didn't see her somewhere before. Most everybody else is brand new.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
What's your favorite story?
I will say my favorite is Father's Day. Just because it's weird. It's like a weird kind of like time travel scavenger hunt almost, and then it ends in a way you don't expect with a fucking vampire. Well, I'm calling it a vampire.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Honorable mention to the New Year's though, because again, it subverted what I thought was going to happen, and I appreciate it for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said, this is a good anthology. Like I said, it's very into the unknown. The Snake Baby was hilarious. Jesus Bunny was bizarre but good.
If you say so.
It's just like trying to mesh that two worlds, like, because she's questioning like, what does Jesus have to do with rabbits? Well, he's a bunny or ancient deity, who knows? And as you said, the double serial killer, love that. I'm going to say that I enjoyed the Irish snake Wicker Man. I thought it was just interesting to tie it into that. Now, do I think it's feasibly possible that she'd have that giant ass snake inside of her? No. But I just think it's interesting, like when she tries to lure it out by having them give birth by putting them hamster by her crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she survived that and was in love with, and she's happy with her snake baby.
Apparently. It seemed like she just really, really wanted a baby and didn't care what kind of baby it was.
Yeah.
But was she mind controlled to think that way?
Oh, I think she was hopped up on something.
I don't know. We'll see.
Low points is anytime you have someone named Max or Maxine or anything like that, the nickname is always, or the cruel nickname is always Maxi Pad, right? It's unoriginal. Get over it. Obviously, bullying sucks. That girl deserved it. Like, oh, yeah, you suck. See you tomorrow. No.
Well, again, if you're singled out and alone and you think that this person is like going to take it out on you, yeah, then you're going to all of a sudden pretend to be nice. That's how things work.
Yeah. Yeah. I said as you point out, the VR stuff, like he'd log in and log out, but if it's smart to do that stuff and see your inner you, it should be able to tell you who the user is based on their eyesight. Like no one else should be able to log into that thing except you for your own stuff.
Well, yeah, that's what I was very confused on how that whole system worked. I'm like, because the kid just goes, "Here, Dad, try it." He doesn't press a button. He doesn't say log out. He doesn't say anything. He gives it to his dad, and it's a totally new thing for the dad.
Yeah.
Unless the kid was looking at that.
It's possible.
I mean, I guess so. The logic of this story, it may have been. And it's like, oh, I forgot to log out. I'm like, how? What? Like you said, even if you didn't log out, why would it play back the last story and not play what it's currently reading your mind? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't understand how this system works. I guess you're thinking too much into it for a fucking 10-minute short film, I suppose. But I think that the thing of him letting the guy die just so he could get it was more interesting than the wacky log out thing.
Correct. Like I said, it was Black Mirror-esque, but failed at being Black Mirror.
Yeah.
And the whole this, it's nice to see your kills find each other, but the whole dating app, I'm glad I never had to deal with that crap. I just think it'd be a pain in the butt to deal with in all those awkward first dates. And I would say,
the Mr. whatever.
Well, and I think my probably least favorite one of this is Mother's Day. It just wasn't good, I don't think.
Well, it was very depressing and like very heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Like, wow, that would suck.
Yeah.
And just like her boyfriend just was like oblivious.
Oh,
just like living his normal life. I was like, that is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even there when she went to the doctor, like that's fucking heartbreaking to me.
Yeah. That's all I have. What your low points and your least favorite?
My low points would be, I'm like 100% positive that Bunny Jesus was a pedophile.
Probably.
Because Buddy Jesus is all like, oh, stick your hand in my hole, or like, it was fucking bizarre and it was making me uncomfortable. I was like, what the fuck is this thing and what is going on and why is this child like doing what it tells it to do? Like,
right,
the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know. I did not like it. But yeah, like getting pregnant every time you have sex, like what the fuck? Well, one, she's like, oh, I'm making wear 2 condoms, sometimes 3. If you wear more than 1, it's more likely to break.
Correct.
So you're actually hurting yourself by using more. I understand people like say, oh, I used more, that therefore it's better. It's not. But I understand for the concept of like her trying everything. I understand what they're trying to get across there. Yeah. Like I can't imagine that. No. Like every time you have sex, no matter what you do, you get pregnant. Like that would suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. We already talked about the UView logouts. And like,
Mm.
I was very confused about that. And the other thing is, again, like, I understand everybody's not an electrical engineer. I'm not an electrical engineer, but I understand that if you hook a bigger battery up to something that can't hold that size of battery, it doesn't make it bigger and stronger. It just
Overloads.
burns it out.
Yep.
That's what happens. It doesn't go like super fast. No, that's not how things work. Like you can't buy like an EV car battery and hook up a vibrator to it and expect it to like vibrate your house down. That's not how it works. It's just gonna go smoke and then you'll smell some burnt shit, and then it's like all the electronics in that thing are gonna be completely fried out.
Correct.
So like, okay, two things wrong here. One, you hook a car battery up to a vibrator. Again, it's just going to smoke it out and it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Two, even if you somehow did make it work, a car battery was not up his ass.
Correct.
Which means there's wires connected to the car battery to the vibrator.
Mm-hmm.
Just disconnect the wires.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't glue. If you said car battery, now the car battery is outside of his body somewhere, which means you have to connect it through wires, which means just disconnect the wires.
And they gave him a knife to do it.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, I was just like, what is going on with that? Like, I understand the point you're trying to make. I get that, make him be the cam girl, make him do the horrible things that, that the other girls have had to deal with. I get it. Like, the guy deserved it. I'm not saying he should have been saved. I'm just saying, like, they didn't think that too much through.
No,
I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, that's all I got. My least favorite would have to be Bunny Jesus because it creeped me out. I did not like it. And I think that one, and then probably the second one would be Valentine's Day. I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Yeah, it is what it is, but I understand what they're trying to get, the point they're trying to get across. But yeah, some of these, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing some of them more fleshed out into like a bigger film or like a bigger short film. I think they could if they wanted to. But I don't know. I don't know anyone involved with this. I don't know what these people are doing with this. If there's plans to ever do anymore, no idea. So.
Well, it's 2016. It was almost 10 years ago.
I know.
I'm pretty sure if there's going to be a follow-up, they would have said something by now.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but it was interesting that it could have done more. Who knows? But all right. So our olives this week are dance scenes because there's dance scenes in all three of these movies. One more than others, obviously. But how many dance scenes out of 10 do you give Holidays from 2016?
I mean, it's all right to watch. Do I want to watch it again? Not really. But it's it was an interesting watch, so I'll give it a 6.
6. Yeah, it's a good-ish anthology. It's nowhere bad as VHS viral because that was just one of the worst anthology movies I've ever seen. It's okay to watch every once in a while, so I will give it 7 dance scenes out of 10. Like I said, I've watched it maybe 3 times in the past nearly 10 years, so I'm good with that. All right, well, take us briefly through Anna and the Apocalypse because it's actually not a lot that happens that you need to care about.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you the story on how this movie happened to me. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was watching the movie. I don't know I know zero about it. So I started watching it and I was like, okay, this is cheesy as shit, right? It's going to be one of these like, cheesy Shaun of the Dead ripoff movies, whatever, I'll get into it. And then I started singing and I was like, is this a fucking musical? I was like, I had to fucking pause it and I had to look it up. I looked it up and it's like, yeah, horror comedy musical. I'm like, you fucking serious? You can watch a fucking musical with no warning?
Is that when you texted me?
Yes. I was like, it's a fucking musical? Like, what are you doing to me? Oh, I was very, very upset. And then I was like, okay, whatever. I unpaused it. Then there's fucking choreography. They're like jumping and dancing off of fucking tables. I'm like, what is this fucking horse shit? Like, I've heard people say that this is a good movie. Like, like horror, like relating to horror. Like, this is horseshit. Again, this is, we talked about this earlier, but this is, you take the Venn diagram of 1, Shaun of the Dead, and 2, High School Musical. And this movie somehow is the overlap in between. I don't understand it either. I would think that's a very small niche to fit into, but apparently a lot of people like it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the movie goes, there's like girl who wants to like is in high school but wants to go like walkabout for a year before she goes to college. Her dad's not happy about that, but she goes to college, and then there's like she's got her best friend who's like in love with her, but she doesn't care about because she's in love with this other guy who's an asshole. Right? Big surprise. It's just like typical fucking high school drama bullshit. There are other characters that have kind of their own thing. There's like a couple that are making out, and then there's like another girl who looks like Annie Lennox who her partner like is not there. We don't know if this partner is a man or a woman. It's never stated.
I think we can allude to.
Well, Annie Lennox, again, that's just a style. I'm not going to make any judgment calls there. But yeah, so I don't even know why that plot point came up, but it did. So they're all like, they all, like, she works at a bowling alley. And so does the kid that's in love with her because he like follows her around like a dog, puppy dog. And then so they like, have this big like school fucking talent show, and they all refuse to be part of the talent show. So they go to the bowling alley where they work at to just like hang out and have a good time with their friend group. We see the talent show, which they're not at. And it's, again, a lot of dancing and singing and choreography. They wake up in the morning at the bowling alley, and zombies are everywhere. So there's a lot of wacky hijinks where they have to fight zombies, and then they have to like try to sneak past zombies, and then they meet up with her like, asshole guy crush who is like, has a bunch of friends that are like looting and dancing and whatever. Yeah. So then they like help them get back to the school. They get to the school, and like everybody kind of one by one dies off. Except for Anna, who finds her dad there, and then her dad gets bitten. Like her boyfriend, the guy who has a crush on her, like they finally get to the point where it looks like they're going to be together, and then he gets bit, and then she gets back to her dad, and then, oh, I love you, Dad, and then he gets fucking bit. So it's like everybody pretty much dies.
Especially the asshole theater director.
Right, yeah, like the assistant villain. Principal who is like getting off on being bad to children. Who like essentially kind of becomes a caricature of like just being an evil fucking, I guess authority figure. I don't even know what he was doing.
He remind you remember Glover's dad in Batman and Robin that played the mad scientist that killed Poison Ivy at the beginning of the movie that created Bane?
I don't know.
It just reminds me of him.
Oh, he was very, very, character-y.
He's a comic book villain.
Yeah. Yeah. So they like, that's it. I don't even, everybody's pretty much dead except for her. I think the guy she had a crush on is there, but she doesn't have a crush on him anymore.
Correct.
Yeah. Because he's a jerk. And I think they're the only ones who survive.
Correct. Yep. Or as we said, the long short of it, as you said, it's Shaun of the Dead, but a musical. Somebody should have gave me a cookie for actually like staying through the whole fucking movie, because it was hard. It was very difficult. I don't disagree with that. Like I said, I didn't realize it was musical until you messaged me and like, oh shit, it is.
Well, okay, like I got through fucking Cats, okay, but I knew it was a fucking musical going in. I was prepared for it. This I was not fucking prepared for. It was like literally came out of fucking left field. I'm like, why are they singing? And then like, why are they fucking dancing? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to go first with my highlights?
Hey, sure, why not?
It'll be fast. I guess it's unique. I'm kind of glad it's unique that there's only one like this that I'm aware of. There doesn't need to be more high school horror musicals. And it doesn't have a bad ending. You know, the friend zone doesn't get with her. She's stuck with the asshole bro, so it's a bad ending for her and everyone else.
Yeah, for everybody.
That's it. How about you?
Yeah, the one song that actually got a chuckle out of me was the one the high school girl was talking about boning Santa at a high school talent show. Yeah. I thought that was a brave move, but it did make me. A couple of the lines made me laugh. But again, that's at a talent show. Like she's singing at a talent show. That's not surprising.
Yeah,
like dancing and singing down the street when zombies are all around is. I don't like that. Again, I thought it was great when they died because it was like less people to fucking annoy the shit out of me. I was very happy when they died. Oh, I'm sorry. Annie Lennox did live at the end too.
Yes.
So it was her, the guy crushing that Annie Lennox was still alive. And then I guess more died at the end than I thought they would. You know, this kind of movie, I figured like everybody would just live.
Or they find some cure, or they'd be singing and dancing as zombies after.
Right. Something like that. Like this is the kind of movie where I'm like, you know, at the end of it, like the zombies are dressed up in outfits and dancing on a stage to entertain them. You know, that's the kind of movie that this is. And I'm kind of surprised that it didn't end up with that. It just ended up with a lot of dead people, which was fun. That's it for high points. Let's see. Low points. Yeah, it's a fucking musical. It's a fucking high school musical. That I was not happy about. It takes place in Scotland, but a lot of them have American accents, and it's not explained or mentioned in any way.
Correct.
Which is fine. You know, it's fine if you do. I'm not saying, you know, there's kids that, you know, go to school from all over the place, but I'm saying there's a lot of them that American accents, and not one of them mentioned it or said anything in relation to them being American, which is odd. And they were being very nice with their Scottish accents. They weren't doing like the crazy Scottish, like you have no idea what they're saying accent. It was like they were being very nice, like, you know, light Scottish accents. The dance choreography was completely fucking unnecessary. Like, just what are you doing? The musical songs are bad enough. The choreography was just horrible. The FX is horrible in this movie. Horrible. It's just CGI blood, like just terribly done. It's like they just did like the fucking iMovie blood effect, and that's it. They just copy pasted through the whole fucking movie.
Yep.
Again, this is just a Shaun of the Dead ripoff mixed with fucking High School Musical. That's what it is. Yep. I think it's worse than either of them. I mean, I've never seen High School Musical because that's not my bag, but I can only assume how bad it is. And it's just wow. But I'm sure if you love Shaun of the Dead, and you're a fan of musicals, I could see you liking this film. But it's not me. No. That's all I got.
Yeah, it's not me either. I promise you. I also had a hard time getting through this. As I said, number one biggest thing, it's singing. It's just awful. Number two is CGI is just so bad. Like it's like generic blood fountain when like they decapitate the zombie with the seesaw, right? So it wants to be Shaun of the Dead, but fails miserably at it. You know, friend zones always suck, and kisses on the lips are friends. Don't listen to that guy. Kiss as many people as you want.
Yeah. Now, remember when we were talking about Shaun of the Dead, and I said that I didn't necessarily hate Shaun of the Dead, but I hate everything that it created. This is the kind of shit I was talking about. I hadn't seen this movie. There's other movies that are a good example of things that have spawned from it, but this is one of those things. If Shaun of the Dead never happened, this would not have happened.
That's very true.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't hate Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead was fun for what it was. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's got its place. But it's just everybody that saw that and is like, haha, that's great. I'm gonna make my own. And they're all fucking worse. And they're all just terrible. And but everybody thinks they can do the same thing. Like, I'm gonna make a zombie comedy. Like, there's so many of them. It's pointless. It's unnecessary.
Most are garbage.
Oh, I would probably stretch to say all of them are garbage. But that's just me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll go first. Number dance scene is a 10 for this one. This is a solid 1 for me. 1 dance scene. How about you?
0.0001.
Yeah, it's if you love this movie, great, but I don't know how you can.
This is the antithesis of what I like. It's like, take what I like, and this is the exact opposite of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, our last one is Silent Night from 2021. I've watched this twice now, but plot wise, essentially, there is a mysterious poison fog storm that's kind of going around the world, and if you are out in it, you like bleed from the eyes and nose and just have a painful, agonizing death. It's essentially like what Ebola mist.
Well, Ebola, but like speed Ebola, because like
Yeah.
Ebola kills you over like a couple days. This like kills you supposedly like a couple minutes.
Right. So we're meeting a big ass house, a main family whose mom is Anna Kendrick. One of the sons is
Anna Kendrick,
not Anna Kendrick. Sorry, Keira Knightley.
Thank you. That's a downgrade, sir.
Yeah. Her one of her kids is the kid from Jojo Rabbit, and twin boys, husband, and they're meeting up with all their college friends, and they're having this last hurrah of Christmas Day because they're all in England, and essentially they're going, "Hey, we don't want to die horribly, so we're gonna have one last good night before the storm comes here, and we're gonna take our pills, our government-sanctioned pills that are essentially suicide pills, arsenic pills, right?"
That's what they are.
Yeah. And we're gonna do that and have one last good night. So they're all meeting together and talking about all the good times they had. There's this kind of love triangle back in college where Lily Rose Depp's boyfriend, husband was like dating this other girl or was best friends with her or something like that. And she's like, "Oh, I'm mad we didn't bone." She really hates her husband, and her kid, who's a daddy's girl, really hates her. Kind of rightfully
What
so.
a shock.
I know. She's not a good person. And it's kind of going through all this stuff and like what you expect to happen. Like, everyone's drinking and partying as much as they can because they know they're going to kill themselves at the end of the night. And what do you do with all that time? The son that we kind of follow through this is like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. Like, what if the scientists are wrong? Like, well, we don't know that. What if they're lying to us? We don't know that because one of the guys is a doctor. He's like, this is the best thing we can do. And question like, why do my parents want to kill me? And great question. So he kind of runs away 3/4 way into the film and goes to and finds a car that everyone's dead because they took their pills, including the baby, and that really upsets them. But the storm kind of comes earlier than expected. And he kind of gets into it. He gets rushed home, and long story short, he bleeds from the eyes and nose, and the parents don't realize it. And like, yeah, he's dead. And we're kind of getting everyone with their families with their last goodbyes with the pills. We have I don't remember who the blonde woman is with her black girlfriend, but she's a very British comedian, I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen her before. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
She usually plays really kooky characters from what I can see.
Yeah.
And she's like her girlfriend or wife was so drunk, like, she passed out. So she had to like shove the pills down her throat just to make sure that she dies peacefully. She wakes up and throws up. So she ends up having to stab her as she's basically dying.
Well, yeah, yeah, like one gut stab, like, yeah, you might die from it, but it's not going to be immediate.
No, like, go for the throat, jugular.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you made it way worse. And we kind of see that the twin boys, all that stuff, they all are dead. Then wake up the next morning. It's snow is falling, and then the boy that was supposedly the first one to die wakes up in the movie.
I think there was a funny part in that movie where the two twin boys are kind of like, I don't know if we want to do this or not, right? And then the fucking one kid, like, he rolls over and they just see all the blood pouring out of his face, and they're just like, nope.
Yep.
Like, immediately, just like, yep. Like, they just made up their mind. That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had never seen this either.
No.
So these were all 3 new movies for you.
Correct.
So what was kind of your first thoughts on this then?
Again, I mean, the movie itself wasn't bad. I get stuck on the logistics sometimes, and I got stuck on the logistics of this movie like almost right away, and I couldn't get my head around certain things. But the movie itself was good. It was well made.
Oh,
yeah, I like Keira Knightley, so
yeah, it's a fucking depressing movie.
It is. I mean, it bounces between like funny and this like heartbreakingly depressing, and it literally jumps back and forth. It's a lot of times in the same scene.
Yeah, but yeah, I said I've watched this a couple times. It's hard to watch, especially like I remember the first time watching it. The wife's like, "All right, we have to watch something funny now after this before we go to bed." That's fair.
Watch it for the apocalypse. There you go. It's the palate cleanser.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. But once you go through your highlights first, if you would.
Sure. Swearing children are funny. Like I don't. It was again. Yeah, that's like, oh, you're gonna die, so go ahead and swear all you want. But it was like it's just funny. In those situations, it was funny to hear. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like it got surprisingly dark because it starts off very lighthearted.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably get 30 minutes into the movie before it starts getting dark at all. Mm-hmm. We get little touches here and there of like something darker is going on, but we don't get any of that darkness until it's like the kid starts to like, think about what's really happening and if this is really necessary. And like he unravels and like unravels a lot of other people. And then you find out like, the one girl is pregnant and she refuses to take the pill because she doesn't want to be responsible for killing her baby, even though she's also killing herself. Like there's a lot of weird, dark stuff in the movie, which I think is fun because it's so at odds with how it starts.
Right.
Like the first half is very lighthearted. The second half is like, again, depressingly upsetting.
Yep.
Very dark. But yeah, the question of death is it's very interesting, right? Like, is it good to be, have a quiet and peaceful death, or do you want to have the possibly horrible death, but also a tiny slim chance of survival?
Yep.
Right. And so it's like, you kind of weighing those two options, and I think they do a pretty good job of like explaining all the sides to it. And I think the ending gives you kind of sort of like the worst case scenario of that situation. But it was good, I thought. Mm-hmm. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, as you said, it's bleak as hell. It's and it, like I said, balances pretty well. The acting, generally for the most part, from everyone's pretty damn good.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the kids are even tolerable.
Yeah. It's interesting that you don't know. Like they have debates. Like, was it the Russians? Who did this? Was this us? Was this us killing the Earth and get mad at us? We don't know. Like, no one really knows. And it's just maybe the storm that's spreading across the world. Maybe. And yeah, it's a bad ending for sure. And it kind of questions is. I want to pick your brain out. Do you think everyone would have survived? Do you think it was all a lie?
Do I think everyone would have survived? Probably not.
Do you think the success the rate of life would have been greater?
Well, here's the big question, right? Mm-hmm. Is the cloud was definitely there.
Yes.
The cloud definitely does make people sick.
Yeah.
These things are fact. It's not like they're selling you something to scare you into killing yourself. This was the thing that really did happen. What would the government gain from making all of these people kill themselves.
Right.
They would gain nothing.
Right.
I mean, it would actually impact and hurt the country huge, right? Like, you take away all that tax revenue, all the, all the stuff that, that these people are good for your population. That's how you get your military and all, your workers and all that kind of stuff. You're literally killing off the vast majority of your population. Like, everything's going to get screwed. There's no good reason why they would lie about it. Are they maybe erring on the side of fear? I mean, sure. Again, if they talk about, oh, there's only a 1% chance to live, and that sucks that 99% of people are going to die horrible deaths. But, that 1% is still like, you take 1 million people,
Yep.
right? A 1% is still a decent amount of people. Yeah, you're going to be way less than what you were before, but the human race will survive.
Yeah.
So whereas everybody takes a suicide pill, there's no way that you can survive.
Correct.
So again, it's these are logistics I was thinking of. I mean, I don't want to take over your thing unless. Yeah. So you go ahead.
Yeah. I'll roll in my low points. It's the twins. I'd say they're too old to be together.
Twins do weird shit, man.
I guess. And honestly, the choice that you have to make, as you said, maybe dying painfully, definitely dying peacefully. That's a hard choice.
Right.
It's if you think too much about it, it does make you depressed. It's true. And stabbing your partner in the gut. Yeah, she is dying painfully. It kind of sucks. Yeah, and like I said, it kind of, like I said, going to logistics. Like, could you have the storm doesn't last there for very long? What, 30 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know if it comes in waves or if it was just the beginning of it. We don't. Who knows?
Like, do they think the Queen's just hauled up somewhere in this place where she doesn't have to breathe the air for?
Well, they keep saying, I wonder what happened to the Queen. They literally show a newspaper clipping saying the Queen is dead.
Yeah.
That's why I was so confused. Like, why do you keep questioning what happened to the Queen? Like, you literally read the fucking newspaper that says she's dead.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder, like, could you have just been in a hermetically sealed place for 30 minutes and been fine?
Well, yeah, but what are you going to come out to?
I know.
Either the shit is still there or the rest of the world is dead.
Yeah.
So, what's better?
Yeah. I mean, could a gas mask have saved you?
Who knows?
Lots of questions.
Who knows?
So, but yeah, it's got to be sucked. Got to be shit for that kid now.
Well, if he's even alive, you know what I mean? Yeah. Again, they thought he was dead then. That would have been his last gasp when he died. He didn't move.
That's true. Who knows?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe he would wake up and die in the next minute. Who knows? You don't know.
Yeah. And of course the Christmas sweater song was just awful.
All them fucking songs were awful.
Yeah, that's what I have. How about you?
Yeah, so on the beginning end, yeah, it was very lighthearted. I think that's to kind of counter the darkness that happens later, but I think it might be a little too lighthearted in the beginning, because you really don't figure out what the movie's about until pretty far into it.
Yeah.
And it's too lighthearted. It really feels like a weird, like, Hallmark Christmas movie until, like, oh, I'll get all these people together that don't necessarily like each other, and then wackiness ensues, right? But then it's like the wackiness is death.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the scenes were like overly dramatic. I'd say like the scene where they're talking to Grandma on the fucking phone, and they're all like, Grandma, what's going on? Grandma, come back. Like, it's like they're very, very over dramatic. Like, okay, you were just talking to Grandma. Grandma said goodbye and then left. Like, what are you fucking freaking out about? You know what I mean? It's not like she fucking died on the screen. She just walked away.
Yep.
Anyway, but here's the logistics of what I was getting hung up on the whole time. Now, they knew this poison cloud was coming, right? It's killing everybody.
Yeah.
How fucking slow would it have to be moving in order for one, the government to make all these tests and stuff, make a determination that, yeah, this is going to kill everybody. We need to get these pills to people so that they can die. Two, manufacture and create those pills. Three, package them and distribute them to the entire population of your country.
Well, they said only the rich got them.
No, they said only the citizens got them.
Oh.
Huh. They said people that weren't citizens, like immigrants, didn't get them because legally they don't exist. That's what they said in the movie. So you still have to distribute to millions of people. How fucking long was this poison thing happening? And if it's going that slow, why can't you just move ahead of it?
Oh, easily.
Because how long did it take for a fucking vaccine to get put out?
Yeah.
Months, which means they had months of waiting for this poison fucking cloud to make all of this planning, distribute all of these fucking pills when they could have, you had months to do things. You could have done anything else. You know what I mean? Anything else besides manufacture and distribute kill pills. What the fuck were you doing for months? You know what I mean? There's no way. Like, again, ship everybody off to, like, okay, I'm sure the poison cloud has already passed through a certain area, right? Go around the world the other way and drop them off in the places it's already hit. Or something, you know what I mean? It's like it's moving that slowly. So if something takes months to go from whatever point A to point B on a fucking globe, like you can literally travel the world faster than that.
Oh yeah.
So, this is the logistics I'm getting hung up on. Like, why is this such a thing? Like, how is this even happening? I understand that's not the point of the movie, but these are the things that I get stuck on. Where I'm like, how did people not think that through? You know, how do people not even cross their minds of like, hey, maybe we should give some hand wavy answer as to why, we had these ready in case of something else or whatever, but no, they just left it where it is, which means there was months between when they found out about this thing and when they distributed it and now having a party after that. That's at least, I'm going to say bare minimum 3 months. And that's stretching it.
Yeah.
But I would say bare minimum, if all the stars align, 3 months. Yeah. Which means any point on the globe to get to any other point on the globe, 3 months. Like, how slow is it moving? And how easily would it be able for you? Like, you could literally be on a fucking tugboat driving from, the UK to fucking New York and make it there before the cloud.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This whole thing, I was like, this is just everybody's scared for nothing. Like, this thing is moving so slow. You could literally just become a nomad society and just constantly move ahead of this fucking cloud,
Yeah.
Whatever. These are things that I think about. But the actual death scenes are pretty heartbreaking. Like, everybody dying slowly at the end is not fun.
Right.
That's a heartbreaking. But yeah, that's the logistics that I got stuck and I could not get over.
Okay. That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. So then how many dancings out of 10 do you give Silent Night from 2021?
It would get more points if it didn't have such huge logical jumps in it, but I'm going to say 5.
5. Yeah. I wonder if this was a response to the pandemic and COVID.
I don't think so, because this came out in 2021, which means it had to have been thought of and filmed before that.
Yeah.
So unless we're talking immediately when the pandemic happened, they went into production, which I don't think is true. I don't think it was a pandemic thing. I think this is a pre-pandemic thing.
Yeah. I would just wonder how much it's close enough that we can see that being the potential cause of the idea of it. But that being said, yeah, it is a very down, depressing movie, right? Like, we talk about bad ends, all that stuff like that, but this is like the ultimate bad ending. But like I said, I've watched it a couple times. I will give this it's like 7 dance scenes out of 10. It's easily gotta watch it at least once. So I have said overall, pretty good movie. Anything else to add before we wrap up the first of the holiday specials?
Nope.
All right. Well, somehow we lived through the night, for better or worse. Put out the milk and cookies next week in hopes of getting Santa's good side with our last show of 2025 with Rare Exports, Maniac, and The Brain. Yes, these are, I'd say two of them are pretty not considered hugely Christmas horror movies, but they take place at Christmas.
It counts.
Yes, Rare Exports is a Christmas horror movie, but
yeah, that I've heard. I know it's a foreign.
Oh,
I think it's like Norwegian or Swedish or something.
Yes, it's that area, Scandinavian area.
Yeah.
Maniac, I haven't watched in a very long time. Same with The Brain, but
Maniac, is this the original Maniac?
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie?
Yeah. If it's not, we'll
I don't remember anything Christmassy about it. Maniac, the original Maniac I've seen. Like, you're talking, this is the one where the guy like kills people and then like has like a doll that he puts their parts on. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Christmas in this?
Maybe not. Maybe we'll have to look at that again. It
was this movie I've actually seen. And there's nothing Christmassy in that movie.
Huh. We'll check back on that one, but
yeah, we'll look at it.
Yes. Until then, remember, we watch bad movies, so you don't have to. And this has been Graveyard saying, have you checked on the children?
This is Salem saying, long live the new flesh.